AITA for telling my boyfriend and thinking about leaving the relationship after he told me I don't need him after I broke my ankle yesterday. My boyfriend 34 male, who we will call Trey, and I 27 femme, have been together not even a full year yet. I love him, and he is a great guy. I am just starting to notice we have two different outlooks and views on how relationships should be, such as how men should treat women and vice versa. Some context, he sees women should be independent with or without a partner. I agree, however, I also feel your partner should take some of the load off and help out, my ideal of a partnership. He also would like me to figure things out before I call him, which is weird to me. So now the story. I bought him some chips a couple days ago and kept forgetting them in my car. It's 5 a.m. He got off from working 10 hours and called me and asked if I could grab them out the car. No biggie, we had a regular convo. How was work? He'd tell me, and I would just see him once he got home. Once we got off the phone, I got up and went out to the car to get the chips. I forgot to turn on the porch light and missed the step out front and fell. I heard a crack on my left foot on my way down to the ground and immediately knew something was wrong. I picked myself up after screaming in the front yard in pain, went back in the house and sat at the kitchen table having a panic attack until he got home. In the meantime, I took off my stocks and saw my left ankle was swollen, the size of a golf ball. The right leg hurt the most. Once he got in, he heard me hyperventilating, walked into the kitchen, sees me and goes, "What's wrong?" I couldn't speak, so I pointed down to my ankles and could eventually tell him I fell going out to my car. He panicked by seeing how big my ankle was and goes, "Ik, what to do?" He picked me up and took me to the couch. He walked off and I was crying hysterically in pain. He tells me he's going out to smoke. When he comes back inside, I insist I need to go to the hospital. He goes, "Okay, but right now? I just worked, I need to shower." I get so irritated I yell, "Go ahead." I got angry, I'm in pain. Unbearable pain. He says, "Okay, I will take a quick shower," which led to 30 minutes later. All I could do was think of calling for an ambulance. I'm still crying at this point. Once he finally gets out the shower, he double checks and says, "Are you sure you want to go?" I screamed yes. He's panicking and goes okay while he's putting on clothes. I was wearing a muumuu free balling, so I told him to grab me some panties and shorts. Took him a few minutes to get it, but he did. He helped me put on clothes and walked off to do whatever. It felt like he was stalling. So I go, "You know what? It's final call for an ambulance." I felt he had no sense of urgency. He called me crazy for mentioning the ambulance and said, "I wouldn't put this on you if it were the other way around." That made me very upset. And I shouted, "Are you going to take me or not?" He asked, "Does your ankle hurt or not?" Fast forward, we are in the car on our way to the ER. I tell him once I get in and situated he can go home. I understand he was tired and hungry. He said I was crazy and he was staying. I let it go. Once I get into a room, the doctors asked if he could step out while they did x-rays. He stepped out. X-rays took all of 5 minutes. I thought he went out into the hallway. An hour goes by and he called me saying, "What are they saying?" I told him we were waiting on x-rays to come back and asked, "Where are you?" He said in the lobby. He fell asleep and that he was coming back in the room. He comes back with food. He got me a sandwich. He eats and falls asleep again, but I noticed he couldn't get comfy. He starts complaining about how long they are taking, how tired he is, how long he's worked, and it got annoying very fast. 1 p.m. rolled around and still nothing from the doctors and Trey is huffing and puffing, so I told him to go home because he isn't helping and I can't do anything. He leaves, and about 45 minutes later drive says I sprained my left ankle and broke the right one. No surgery needed. Doctor gave me 2 boots, crutches, and released me. I tried calling him, no answer, so I get an Uber home. 10 minutes prior to getting home, I called Trey again. He picks up saying he unlocked the door for me. I get out the Uber, struggling walking to the door, so the Uber guy helps me the best he's allowed to. I get in and lay down on the couch. Next day, Trey has an appointment to get his hair cut, and I ask him while he's out, can he pick up my pain meds? He says yes. He leaves, I take a nap, and when he gets back I ask about the pain meds. He says yes, I haven't gotten them yet. I'm annoyed, but don't say anything. He starts making food, drinking, and says he's about to lay down, and pissed because whatever, I'm needing to wash up and also use the bathroom. I get up the best I can to use the bathroom. You have to walk past the bedroom to get to the bathroom. He's up eating chips laughing at videos. I use the restroom and try to whiz up the best I can and make it back to the couch. The pharmacy closes at 5 and it's about 2 p.m. at this point. I don't say anything. I dozed off until about 4 p.m. I yell his name. He comes into the living room and I ask about the meds and he says yes, he'll go get them. I told him I got up and used the bathroom along with washed up. He goes, "I'm proud of you. You don't need me. I want everyone around me independent, and besides, what are you going to do when I'm at work?" I told him I would obviously figure it out, but while you're here it would be nice to have some help. I immediately got mad because you're my man. My boyfriend. We talk about marriage and kids. I couldn't help but think to myself I can't marry someone like that. A few hours go by and it's about 8 p.m. and I say to him, "I can't change you, but all I can do is change if I want to deal with it or not," in the most polite voice. And he flipped out saying I'm threatening him, and I would regret anything that happens, and he will be fine, stormed out of the living room, and hasn't said a word since. Am I the asshole? If this story kept you hooked, give it a like, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more.